Good morning, students. Welcome back to 10th grade biology. Today, in this module, let us learn new chapter, our environment. Students, before going to start our environment, let us hear discussion between Earth and astronaut.
You look weak and tired.
So much pollution around. I feel sick. But who are you?
I'm Mark, an astronaut, and I have been sent on a space mission. Industrialization and technology have changed the environment.
Let me take you on an environmental tour to show you why I feel choked and unwell. I will show you how various factors in the environment interact with each other and how human beings impact the environment.
Students, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to explain what an ecosystem is. Identify the role of producers, consumers, and the decomposers in the food chain. List of the environmental problems caused by our negligences. The environment comprises the air you breathe, the water that covers the surface, the animals and the plants around you, and much more. The environment is made up of various ecosystems like gardens, lakes, forests, etc. An ecosystem is a place where living organisms and non-living components of the environment interact with each other. Is it clear, students? Yeah. All living organisms such as plants, animals, microorganisms, and human beings, as well as the physical surroundings, interact with each other and maintain a balance in nature. All these living organisms in an area interact with each non-living constraints of the environment, and such interaction is referred to as an ecosystem. Is it clear to you, students? Yes. Thus, an ecosystem consists of biotic components comprising of living organisms and abiotic components comprising physical factors like temperature, rainfall, wind, soil, and minerals. It looks wonderful from here, but are there any specific roles that each of these animals play in the ecosystem? Do they all contribute early to the ecosystem? Yeah, organisms interact in the ecosystem are grouped as producers, consumers, and decomposers based on the manner in which they sustain themselves. In the environment, producers are organisms that produce their own food without the help of any other organisms. They make their own food from inorganic substances. They are also known as autotrophs. All green plants and certain blue-green algae which can produce food by photosynthetic or by the process of photosynthesis comes under this category. Consumers or organisms that cannot produce their own food and depend on producers for their food, they are called heterotrophs. Depend on autotrophs for their food. Food, these organisms consume the food produced either directly or indirectly by the autotrophs or from the producers. So they feed on other consumers. Is it clear, students? Students, I hope you understood the concept. So, autotrophs are producers, heterotrophs are dependents. It means Directly or indirectly, they are depending on autotrophs. Now let us see, consumers can be classified as herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and parasites. Decomposers help to decompose the dead remains of organisms in the process. Complex molecules are broken down into simpler molecules. If they decompose the dead end remains, how does it help the ecosystem? The decomposed material or decomposed material is used by the other organisms, primarily plants as nutrients for their sustenance. Let me sum it. Decomposers are also known as organisms of decay or SAP. Robes. They are microorganisms that break down the dead remains and waste products of organisms that break down the dead remains of waste products of other organisms that can be used by the other members of the ecosystem. Bacteria and algae are examples of these decomposers are SAP robes. We have spoken about the groups of organisms in an ecosystem. This brings us to a series of food chain. What is this food chain? It is a flow of energy from one species to another, and another, and so on. You have seen organisms that feed on one another. To sustain themselves in the ecosystem, this develops a food chain in the ecosystem. Food chain describes the feeding relationship between organisms within an ecosystem. Let us take this chart as an example. It depicts the different organisms that are connected in an ecosystem. The arrows, the chart connect the lower level of organism that is consumed by the higher level of organisms. This seems to show the flow of energy transfer, the way energy is passed from the producers to the consumers. Correct each step, level of the food chain forms as a trophical level. Trophical levels are categorized as per their own feeding behaviors. The autotrophs on the producers, that is the plants, are at the first trophical level. The herbivores, the primary consumers, like bees, insects, come at the second level. So secondary level, small carnivores like rats, snakes are secondary consumers, come at the third level. And the larger carnivores like an eagle, tertiary consumers from the fourth trophical level. Did you know that a huge amount of energy is lost at each stage in the food chain? Yes, students, I did not know that. Why do we eat food? To get energy. The food you eat acts as a fuel and provides energy for work. This energy is passed on to the various trophical levels, right from the producers to the tertiary consumers. Autotrophs capture the energy present in sunlight and convert it into chemical energy. This energy supports all activities of living world from the autotrophs. The energy through the food chain goes to the heterotrophs. So, when one form of energy is changed to the another form, students, if you observe clearly the diagram, some energy is lost in the environment in forms such as solid, waste materials, or the movements of energy and heat energy which cannot be used again. Therefore, only a small amount of energy is transferred to the next trophical level in the food chain. Is it clear, students? Remaining concept will continue in the next video.